because this is something I touched on when we were watching the OG Liquid one the other day together, and I saw this Enigma pick, and I'm like, oh my god, they have no BKB piercing disable. So there is going to be that bat that's always that answer versus it. However, there's a Jug now too. So in some situations, you want to lasso the Jug because he's spinning around and stuff like that. Could open up opportunities for Taiga to get those BKB black holes in later instances and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll see how it all plays out.
There we go, getting things started off here. Seeing if we get any action around these first bounties.
I'm really curious. Like I said, I'm going to be keeping an eye on the Bat Rider Nyx lane for the most part in the early game, just because I think it's going to be really important. If they get killed a couple times, like this Jug could just end up being almost unkillable for a lot of the game. So yeah, kind of look at that.
30 seconds to battle.
Ooh, that was very close to them seeing that. And how are these lanes going to be set up too? Let's see right now.
I mean, is there anything in particular that they'll try and dodge? I mean, do you think Secret will
try
not to play this bat into the Jug lane?
It's from the way they have it set up right now, it's looking like it, because it's a hard lane. They want to have
he's
bat
going
versus
top,
Timber.
right?
Yeah, you want the bat versus Timber, because it's just naturally a good matchup all throughout the game. I mean, and in lane.
Like, do you leave him in a 1v1 then, sort of between the two of them? Like, is either team want to try that with their offlaners and go for some sort of tri-lane play?
I mean, Bat would be very happy if he's in a 1v1 versus this Timber Saw, but we'll see how it all ends up, because right now we are seeing Timber going top, but they are going to send the Snap up there, and they're going to put the Enigma bottom, so... I mean, that already helps Secret a lot, so that they're dodging that matchup that could be quite miserable for the Bat. And Gyro versus Enigma and Jug should have a pretty okay time with the sustain. As long as he doesn't get caught like super far out of position with like the Malefice instances and a spin, Sumail should be able to farm. But it's more about getting that bat in the good matchup.
Of course, eyes on the mid as well. See how things go between BZM and Nisha. Invoker versus the Ember.
They've both been spectacular on each of these heroes. Right? BZM's Invoker has been top tier in most of the games that he's played it, and Nisha has gone he's like absolutely popped off on these Ember Spirits when he has gotten in a pretty decent game. And it's limited stuns. So into that Ember Spirit, looking at the disables, of course, now onto OG. It's the Invoker setups can always be really nice, but Snapfire Enigma could be a bit complicated to catch Nisha in some scenarios. So I mean, this is just a super fun series, and this should be a really fun matchup we've got, because both drafts have their elements of strength in certain points of the game. Be it team fight, be it pick-off.
And so with things set up like they have been with the lanes, I mean, on this top lane, when you consider the 2v2, is either one more vulnerable? Like, do you see either of these supports getting turned upon early, or is it going to be pretty passive and just trading between the supports whilst the carries, the cores farm?
The Bat can always get kills onto either of these, because he has a natural stun, and if he gets sticky stacks, he's able to just get chase out, and they're already going to start going aggro.
They're going to try and make a bit of an attempt here.
Catches the stun during the cookie, but Amar is able to distance himself.
At the same time, down bottom, Tiger got rather low there, did take a homing missile to the face, but he'll survive.
Yeah, I think Secret's going to be very happy with the way the lanes are set up. That's why they did that swap. Amar, he's still getting his farm, though, as we've seen. Even though you're versus the Bat Rider matchup, you've got Timber Train, you've got Cookie. Two different ways to reposition yourself versus Firefly will be nice so that he doesn't get taken out at all.
And I feel like we've seen recently with a lot of the Gyros matched with the Ios, points being put into the Rocket Barrage. This is probably not going to be the case from Sumail this game.
No. If he was versus the lane versus a Timbersaw, perhaps. But most of the time, no. Even with the IO, we've been seeing most of just Flak. And he's into Eidolons, so Flak just is so much better.
Yeah. That's true. He's getting that. Let's see. Extra little bit of CS there indeed, or at least making Tiger have to play very careful with the Eidolons, because that gold definitely adds up in the lane already. 144 bonus gold from this lane, so it's got to be careful with those.
Oh, and Puppey takes the last hits, of course. Puppey trying to get himself some farm. 8 last hits on the IO. All right, that's nothing to laugh about.
He's nearly got as much as Yuragi's getting out of the lane.
Yep.
So Tiger's going to be have to probably hold back on the Eidolon usage down here.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Just have to be more careful about the positioning of them so he doesn't give up the gold, because he is denying quite a bit of that experience when he uses it. So. Yeah, these lanes should be pretty passive though, because they do have the the cookie plus the chain for the Timber to save him from the Bat, and bottom, it's only going to be a death if somebody really misplays. I guess Taiga could die He's the other one that he could die without misplaying too much. He just steps up just one step too far, and it's a lot of damage. But
I was saying mid lane continues to be pretty much dead even. 20 for 2, 19 for 3.
which Invoker's happy about. He'll have really good timing on his Urn.
And we'll see. I mean, both teams. And
The Eidolons again.
As if, well, we were seeing some more going to the hands of Secret here with the gold.
Yeah, just the one actually died. It looked like
Okay.
2 or 3 were going to get taken out, but he put him in the tree line in time. But they have to be very careful. Don't want to give up too much of that gold.
Oh, Samel's going to be very happy top CS. I mean, without a doubt, this change up on the lanes that Secret went for and they
Real smart.
wasn't responded to. It's without a doubt, if that didn't happen, we would see OG taking ahead in these lanes. But
Yeah.
as it is, Secret slightly getting themselves in advance.
Nisha is forced back to base now for the moment, so we will see BZM, the natural Invoker things that we've seen time and time again, just sustains through, doesn't need any rune control. Very quiet early game here. 5 minutes, everyone just sticking to their lanes. Not really anything you can move too much just yet. Could see BZM start getting active quite soon, though. His Urn is coming out on the Courier, I believe, yeah. So he does have that coming soon. So he's the one who can TP counter gank a little bit easier. Once Nisha has 6, he can counter gank as well, but for the Invoker, it's a little bit more value since he has Urn. Taiga.
Sort of just steps right up there. He's going to take quite a bit of damage back.
Oh, look at the Eidolons.
I mean, they're committed with the Blade Fury onto Samel. Samel is also getting low. Tiger's able to dodge back into the trees and the healing ward's down, so they'll both be safe. But yeah, you can see from both sides there feeling that they could stand their ground and get the kill, as it were. No, neither side ready to sort of back off.
But all 6 Eidolons, look at that gyro net worth.
It
just
is
climbing and
pumping up.
climbing.
It's giving away a lot towards Samel and Puppey. And they're getting gold down here.
And levels, like level 4 on Puppey, almost level 5 on Sumail. Even though there's those Eidolons that are denying, they're giving up so much just from clearing them, as Taiga might actually just lose them all again. Another 2 Eidolons get taken out. And almost dying, too.
I see TP's coming in on the bottom. It's going to be a quick move from Misha. It's going to see if they can maybe catch Puppey by surprise. Salve up Tiger. They're in with the cookie. See if they can burst them out. They're in with the Blade Fury as well. They come over with the tether. You see Puppey trying to heal him up, but there's not enough heals to outdo the damage here. OG, they'll get that first blood with a quick move from Misha. Something that Secret weren't quite ready for, to have this appearance of a third member in the safe lane.
Does feel like they needed that, though. They needed to stop this gyro clearing these Eidolons constantly. So a great move for Misha, as we see the Timber top Amar still able to get great farm versus the Bat Rider, even though he's in that disadvantaged matchup. He's able to get really good farm. Almost 6. Bat Rider is 6-2, holding on the skill point.
Now we'll see Secret match the focus on this bottom lane, bringing Yapsor down.
Tough to counteract the spin, though. They have nothing that goes through it. He can just spin and get on top of either the heroes. And now they're even bringing the Invoker. BZM looking to get involved, trying to get an Urn charge.
Secret's got to be very careful.
Ooh, getting close to their tower.
That's the tour. Ooh.
I mean, they're both getting clipped by that, and he's already got Cold Snap on the IO, so Puppey should go down. But there's Yapsor, so he can stun.
I mean, if Yapsor can line up a good stun, maybe they can keep Puppey safe.
Jug is still kind of far away from there, too. Do they have the damage to go through him here? Ooh, it's going to be close. And now Nisha can set up, too. He actually does not have a TP, just kidding. Ember cannot TP bottom. But Ice could. So we'll see how they do react. Ooh. Bit of a cheeky one. Puppey's got smiles on.
I mean, I guess he thinks that...
He is very close to the tower, so it's quite scary.
What do they got left to catch him?
Eidolons are...
They've got the Malefice.
The thing is, Eidolons are ticking out. Nyx could stun the snap to stop any type of like cookie play, and there could be reactions from Bat, so OG might not want to overextend, but
yeah,
hey,
Jug's a little far away to get involved.
Yeah.
He's further down the lane. Maybe. We'll see.
We'll see.
Also interesting to see, Uragi. He's, opts to stick with like the treads and the Maelstrom. Where I feel like we've seen a lot of Jugs going for the Battle Fury again.
Yeah. I've always been a bigger fan of the Maelstrom myself. I don't know, Battle Fury always just feels... Because a lot of the times I feel like you're buying Battle Fury and you're playing into like some super heavy agi carry, and then it's like, you know, this magic damage can be a bit more effective sometimes. It all depends on, you know, what other buffs and everything you have behind him. So he does have Alacrity this game. He'll have Snapfire probably going for Solar Crest, so he'll be buffed up anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really just player preference that I've seen most of the time. 2 pauses very early on. I assume Sumail is definitely like, man, I've killed so many Eidolons this game.
I mean, it's got to feel pretty good for him indeed, the amount of extra gold that he's been picking up from this lane setup.
Did they get any healing ward as well? No, right? I think Yuragi was pretty careful with that.
I don't think we've seen a healing ward be fed.
Okay.
I'm sure we've got the stats on that, actually.
Dude, they're all smiles on Secret today. Very, a rare Yapsor smile.
Hopefully, well, yeah, just waiting for Nisha to get back in the game.
Yeah, what they said DC, right? Just internet?
Yeah.
I believe it was.
Yeah, as you said, maybe a chance that we'll get
Ooh,
Ice turning up down bottom.
Look at that shirt. Little no-tail shirt. TI-10 edition. Everything can work.
Very fancy.
The flower. How do you feel about Sumail with his beard? I think he looks. By the way, I don't know. It's something that I feel like always comes up with him. I feel like it fits him perfect.
Nah, that man's got style. He's got style somehow. Yeah.
They've all got the goatee going now. All right, looks like he's coming back.
Where is he? Get back in here, Nisha. Come on.
Okay.
There we go.
Me ready. He
ready.
says, me ready.
He's ready.
And
right,
Amar says go.
Let's see if Puppey gets out of this bottom lane alive.
Let's see. They're committing.
And there's the stun to hold back the Snapfire, and indeed Puppey's going to be safe.
Yeah.
Couldn't quite get him for the follow-up. Yapsor's presence making sure that all 3 couldn't commit onto Puppey.
It was close. It was actually closer than I thought it would be. I thought they might actually rotate one of the cores down, but instead they decide to just maximize. Ice puts the 3rd point in Firefly instead of getting his lasso, clears out a stack top, and will continue just laning until he has Boots of Travel. Oh no, still super close and super quiet early game. Secret though, with that lane swap, you can see the advantage.
Yeah, they're making a bit of a lead. You can see already tickling towards the 2K lead here, 8 minutes in. And in a game with only the 1 kill going the way of OG, that really does go to show how much extra they are getting from these lanes.
Oh, Misha hops over and takes the rune away. Okay. They were keeping that one for Nisha. And okay, we have Nisha and Misha, by the way. So Misha took it from Nisha.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And yeah, that pesky mana burn will always be something that we will have to account for, especially since there's that invoker in the game. But Yuragi now free lane. They've left the bottom lane, but it's not to say that they're not farming even faster, because that's the thing about, you know, these gyrocopters, sure, down the lane, but you're able to jungle at that incredible rate. And you will have that Crystallis that we've seen picked up so often on these gyros.
No, it's
a solid like 9 minutes with threats. So very good positioning here for Sumail, even though he did give that first blood.
Always good to have that rushed, especially when you're against one of these carries that has like the magic immunity. You know, suddenly when Yuragi's going in with the Blade Fury, he's got to be really ready to take some, you know, quite early physical damage if the crits come in from the gyro.
Yep. And they've got stacks, as we see in the jungle. Ice starting to work on those. Same thing with Nisha, and as we said, Boots of Travel on him. So it should be a very mobile game coming out from Secret to match the big team fights that OG has got prepared.
You would definitely expect to see that. Yeah, absolutely. You know, Secret, they're going to be looking to make these hits, you know, catch OG off guard and at a point where OG aren't setting up themselves.
Farming a lot. I mean, Nisha's going to have a Maelstrom also finished in a moment. So when this next fight kicks off, the magic damage, you know, Amar, he is a Timbersaw in this game versus a Bat Rider, as well as a very early Maelstrom that's going to come out for Ember. He could suffer from it. Even though most of the time I've seen Amar get to this point where he's almost unkillable on the Timber, this could be one of those games that he could suffer from it.
Some good Ancient stacks. I think what's about to be set up to be a quad stack here on the Ancients.
Yeah.
Don't underestimate the power of...
And of course from...
He's in the call down. Tiger's here with Black Hole, and
hang on. Hang on, we didn't see that.
Whoop.
Hang on, okay.
Well, that's like 3 minutes now without Black Hole.
Wow.
So that's one of the huge team fights that they won't have to worry about on the side of Secret.
Yep, well, there you go. Happens. It happens sometimes.
And I'm constantly seeing YapzOr checking the runes, trying to ensure that Nisha is able to get it. I don't think he was able to get it, as Misha took the Arcane rune this time, so he's taken away both of those power runes away from the Ember Spirit. But yeah, here we go. Maelstrom done on Nisha. And they are going to look to smoke with that, as well with the Crystallis on Sumail. I mean, very good timings here on Secret, very early.
I mean, OG is on the high ground, though. YapzOr. Oh, he's going to miss the stun. The relocate is coming in, though. He's got to run. He's able to turn with the Tornado and the Ghost Walk. Sentry's going to be placed down. The Sleight of Fist, just not enough damage. BZM will be able to walk off in time. OG, they avoid that entire gang. Top lane, see Ice. He sees the opportunity to go for the solo kill, take down Amar.
Could see that happen a lot this game. The Bad Rider versus Timber matchup is always just really difficult, and he even has Fairy Trinket, so even more overwhelming magic damage on him. And again, even though they did this reload play and they don't get any kills, they cleared a full set of 6 Eidolons again on the Gyrocopter.
Oh, you just get more money.
More money.
I mean, you can see, you know, Sumail, he's starting to push ahead on the net worth, and this is all before as well he's cleared up that juicy Ancient stat. So this Gyro is going to be quite farmed in comparison to any core that OG has here in this early game.
1-to-1, and he's gonna, as you said, clearing the Ancients and even potentially stacking it again.
Stack it again here, yeah.
And he's gonna have really early Ags timing if they don't start to slow down this Gyrocopter.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a big problem for OG, because now it's the other things. I mean, we'll talk about that in a bit, but there's like, even if they have BKBs and stuff like that on Enigma, if he has Ags and like a crit, and he's just able to just
gonna die.
They're just gonna kill people naturally.
Yeah, the flat hits will really, really hurt.
And there goes that Ancient stack. Trying to dive Ice here, but...
That's tricky with the Firefly up.
Yeah.
Can't really catch him.
It's level 10, too, because he was given that matchup just playing in the safe lane, nearly level 11 on the bat. Having an excellent start.
Should be able to get the tower here, though, OG. It's tier 1 or 4. They'll be able to get on with the objectives. And it's something that we will expect to see more from OG here now. They're getting to that point where they're feeling that they can group up and go for these pushes.
Yeah.
And this is even when they're without the Black Hole. So you can only imagine once the Black Hole's back up for Tiger, they'll be even more willing to look for these sort of 5-man moves.
And they are ensuring that they can scale. Invoker has the Midas now picked up too very early on. 3K lead though for Secret, just still getting a bit more out of the map because of that initial lane thing that they set up, and also Gyro getting pretty much full free farm.
I mean, it's going to be an insane Ags Crystallis timing on Sumail this game.
It's 4K gold lead already.
Yeah. Like, what do we got? 750 gold, and he's got the full Ags. So we're talking like, this is going to be quite some item timings.
Oh, BZM. YapzOr's on him.
Oh,
he's got the
quick
sentry.
Ghost Walk. And with the Fairy Fire, he's trying to run, but there's a homing missile coming his way. And they'll catch him here with a Sleight of Fist. We'll see the response from OG, as they'll turn with the Omni Slash over towards Sumail. Blade Fury to follow things up. Sumail and Poppy, they'll get cut down. OG, they're able to hit back. They'll take the trade here for 2 for 2.
Good kisses. The angle, it was kind of weird from where the Snapfire was positioned. He was like in the river, but ends up connecting nicely. And definitely seeing the Nyx, this pick that YapzOr has gotten for this game, he's able to find a couple pickoffs, which is perfect. But they do lose Sumail, so timing of that Ags is going to be slowed down a bit. And
still going to be fast, but maybe not quite as record-breaking as it could have with that death.
And Yuragi during this time, since he's alive, he's able to get some farm. And another pause. All right, what do we got going on?
What have we got going on? We'll see this again. Quick reactions from BZM, though.
Yeah.
That Ghost Walk was almost immediate. And, obviously as low as he was, no escape with the sentries down, making sure that Nisha's a slight fist able to hit.
You see how much damage the Jug took even before his Omni. He almost dies, but yeah, great connection there from Amar and Yuragi. And they will still have Black Hole for the next fight, too.
They do.
Some of these relocates, they have to be very careful how they do set them up.
You don't get brought straight into a Black Hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Nisha was also very low on mana on the Ember Spirit, so he couldn't really fully follow up into this fight. That was a bit of a dangerous one, because it was just coming back up onto Taiga.
Let's see. So a well-calculated game from both teams so far, but still very much the feel that Secret are going to be the more comfortable at the moment, at least until we see OG able to push down another tower and take a team fight with their ultimates. Tiger,
He's close to blink.
He's pretty much going to have it. So obviously still has to be, at this stage, mostly careful of the Nyx Assassin. YapzOr very much the player that can stop those black holes the easiest at this point. Pre-BKB, so Tiger will have to bear that in mind.
Mm-hmm. And that's also, something else we didn't touch upon too much of the Knicks is besides just the BKBs that counter him. I think it was Animator where we saw, Knicks was being picked a decent amount, and then people were taking advantage of the Knicks allies where they'd pick like these DKs and these group up push lineups. So another reason that we did see him falter. But he's always going to have that nice carapace, as we said, versus Invoker, even Timber and Enigma and Snapfire. And here we go again. So Gyro's back alive, back to farming.
Oh, that's it. So do they want to go for some sort of smoke movement, do you think, OG, with this blink on Tiger?
Still can be a little risky, but I think they can definitely look to catch one of the cores if they overextend. They have to be careful how they play on these side lanes, though. Like Amar, he's got his Yules, so he is protected a little bit here versus the Bat, but Ice has bots and level 2 Lasso. So pretty much anybody he grabs will be a kill. And yeah, they're smoking. They're actually on top of a Remnant. Having the scan as well.
Well, gonna see Ice.
Tiger's in red position here.
Start things on to Amar. There's the jump, Tiger. He's in.
Here.
He's got the black hole onto the two of them, but the spike carapace from Yapsel puts a stop to the black hole, and now Tiger will die underneath the Firefly. Tiger goes down.
Oh, but Nisha just gets detonated.
Yeah, Amar's able to chase him and burst him here as a Timber Source. They found the trade, and OG, they're ready to try and look for more. Ice Wall down onto both Ice and Puppy. Puppy's trying to heal Ice up, but there's only so much you can do. Yapsel turns with a stun, holds back Amar. Sunstrike's coming in. It's not enough damage. Ice will live for now. Amar trying to find the angle with the Chakram, but hasn't quite got the reach to catch him. So just be the 1-for-1. And OG, they'll be happy with that one, getting Nisha. Only losing Tiger themselves.
Clutch TP by Yapsor. That could have quickly been 2 kills right away with that black hole, but he was super fast on the Nyx Assassin to get in position. He read the play. And during all that, Sumail, he didn't bat an eye at all. He just kept farming on this gyrocopter up to his Ags. And he is still putting points, not just full out putting points in stats. He is getting the barrage.
Okay.
Because it is going to still be really relevant versus the Timbersaw in the game.
Top lane Amar.
They're still looking for these kills.
Yule setup hasn't got a lot of mana to play with.
Ooh, nice flame break. Stops the cookie.
See the relocate come in. Puppy's brought Sumail over. They're going to see if they can try and chase down something here. Uragi's still got Blade Fury and Omni Slash, so it's not an easy one to catch.
BCM also in the area. DD is spotted top. If Sumail or Nisha are able to get
they're
their
heading
hands on
over.
that one.
Yeah, Sumail's going to be able to grab this for the next fight.
They do have Tornado to dispel it, but they're considering forcing a Roche with it.
Ooh. There's no black hole, but there is kisses. You would imagine OG's probably going to be able to have something to say about this.
They got good ways to scout it with the Eidolons as well as that Fire Spirit.
So Yapsor is going to start straight away over towards the Snapfire.
BCM.
Midnight Pulse is down. They're losing both the two of them. Slice gets the double kill. He's got the follow-up lasso there onto Amar. The Omni Slash will come out, but it's being split between the members of Secret. It's enough to take down Yapsor. But OG, they lose 4 there straight away. Damage coming out from Ice and locking down Amar, heavily limiting what this Timbersaw could offer. And puts a stop really to the team fight that OG was trying to get going.
But they have to commit everything onto Sumail. Like every single spell was thrown onto him because they saw the Nyx get the initiation onto Misha. He actually couldn't stop the kisses coming in. But having to commit so much onto the Gyro, and he still does 4,000 damage in the fights, it's concerning.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. When they do that, just these other cores like Ice Bat just getting free reign to play the fight very freely.
And same for Nisha. Definitely seeing a little bit of that lack of lockdown coming into play. Yeah, Thor gets the Carapace and the stun.
Just a bit of a tickle. No one else is coming over here from Secret. And we'll see again in this fight. Now, OG really wanted to push them away. They do stop Secret from being able to go for Roshan, but at the cost of quite a rough team fight.
Like BZM get flame breaked into everybody, and then watch how they just all go for the jug. Like kisses onto the jug, spin onto the jug, try to throw all these spells, but like you said, it gives free reign to the Bat Rider as well as that Ember Spirit to control whoever they'd like.
Yeah,
and we've seen over and over again, like Ice knows his target. He's like, Amar is mine this game. I'm just lassoing this Timber, and now he's got BKB done. Ice is huge this game from the way that they set up the lanes.
Yeah, it really was. The setup got Sumail that incredible boost to his farm down bottom, and Ice, he managed the situation that he was put in top perfectly. 4-0-2, he's having a great time.
And clutch flame breaks. Like these little flame breaks he's done now, that one forcing BZM into the middle of the fight. The earlier ones, I think twice now, he's stopped the cookie. As soon as it comes out, he's flame braked and pushed them away from it too. Clutch stuff coming out from Daryl. Keeping them at a 4K, 5K advantage throughout most of this game. Black hole back online.
Yeah, I
Same
think
thing with the kisses.
Dire's
The next big timing is definitely going to be Tiger getting that BKB. They need that BKB black hole, but he said even then, it's got to be very much aware of Ice Ice Ice.
And it's almost the, what, at least 2 BKB timings on Secret as well. Sumail's about to have his done at about 1,000 gold. Nisha's almost 1,000 gold away. So they're actually going to have a triple BKB timing on Secret that's going to be really strong versus Amar and the Snap and the Invoker. It's like kind of triple counters their heroes. It's going to be only Jug who's doing most of the damage then.
They're going to try for another smoke here with these ults, OG.
What vision do they have right now? They had that one top ward.
are scanning.
Let's see what they're trying to catch. Yeah, they do see Ice 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 farming in jungle. Firefly's down. They also see the gyro. So probably trying to catch something around the mid or bottom side. Now they see the bat setting up for the lane. So Misha, he makes his way up, still smoked. Yuragi hiding in the trees.
So if they can jump Ice Ice Ice, it's tricky.
Not an easy one. Oh, cool. And he is going for Mjolnir on the Jug. So
Radiant's
couple of
bottom
things
tower
why it's so good
under
this game is
attack.
not only just as a Jug, but so many little damage instances on the side of Secret, right? So if he gets the static charge buff onto himself, and then you have barrages, you have Firefly ticks, you have Flame Guard ticks, the damage that's going to be pulsing out from this Jug Mjolnir on himself could actually be quite high. Pretty cool.
It does have to be careful though, you know, a stray bounce and suddenly a spike carapace from Yapsaw could trip him up. So it has to make sure he's committing with the Blade Fury when the carapace is up. Otherwise might get caught out by that stun.
Secret still, they're getting so much farm. Like we mentioned, the 3 BKBs are almost done. Nisha's 150 gold away from his, so they'll have those 3. And the fights then for OG feel pretty hard, because BZM's, like, his whole hero just gets, you know, that means your mid hero is almost erased from the game when they have those BKBs unless you can poke and force them out. It'll be quite complicated for OG to fight.
See bottom of Mark.
It's a lot of people here for
There it is. They're going to go straight away. Ice 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 with the lasso. That should be a Mark dead. He'll bite sometime with Yules, but he can't get away from these 4. They could very easily kill him off here when he's caught alone at this stage.
It's a tough Timber game. Like Yuragi.
They're still trying to poke at this. I mean, Tiger's coming in from the tier 2 bottom. And may be able to look for a fight, but without Amar, they're lacking quite a significant part of their front line.
I mean, 3 BKBs. It's so hard to run into this lineup of Secret at this point.
Radiant structure.
Lots of eyes on Tiger to see if he can get a successful black hole, but it's also just a tough game for him to do so.
Mid. Find the first stun onto Yuragi. Tower's going to go down. Ice 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 is in with a jump straight away on top of BZM. BZM pots the BKB. Return with a deafening blast. They are able to find the slash to take down Ice Ice Ice. Buyback comes down from Misha. BZM's still alive as he sits up on the high ground, keeps his distance away from the flat cannon.
It missed uphill!
Oh no, it got him. Oh,
it did.
Yeah, no, Yap's actually able to finish him off there. So that's BZM gone. OG, can they really continue to try and take this fight? Tiger's still looking for an angle to get him from the side. The BKBs are going to start to wear off on Nisha. Can they chase out Secret?
They have to try, but might be a little too far now. Still going to try on
Got the
Amar.
Yule set up. Jump forward with a cookie.
Good cookie.
That's a great stun. Nisha's gone. OG, they're not done. Yeah, Amar maybe seeing if he can find something else, but Yapsaw's already under the cover of the Invis with the Vendetta. OG with that trade, though, they'll push back here. They only lost BZM and Misha. Misha buying back immediately.
What ended up finishing off BZM? Did he carapace
It was something from it must have been a carapace from
there was
Yapsaw, or maybe the urn.
There was
Maybe-
a flak chasing him on high ground, and
that
uphill missed,
Yeah, sure,
and then something
yeah.
else clipped him. That was actually hilarious.
Nah, it must have been either sort of an urn thrown down from Yap or just a carapace, yeah. It did get him on the retreat.
Yeah, it must have been a carapace, no urn. Blink on Yapsar, so easier for him to position himself. He got himself a Philly, of course, so we'll be able to get that natural farm. And he's stalking. He's still looking for something with Relo.
That's there, yeah, Tiger's in trouble. Oh,
Nice tornado.
Very nice tornado. All right, never mind, he's not in trouble at all. BZM's got him covered.
That was frame perfect.
Is under attack.
Secret's still keeping this lead, though. This gyrocopter continues to be all the way at the top. All right, looks like they were thinking about it.
Yeah, they can't go for Roche, surely. They need a fight.
When they have BKB on the Enigma, I think they can try to force like the Roshan
Okay.
fights, but before that, it's just still too tough for Taiga to set anything up. I wonder if we'll see some funny type of item choices too coming out on the side of Secret eventually, like maybe Basher on the gyro. We've seen that in the past, especially when you played versus like Voids. The Chronosphere plus the Aghanims hits from the gyro can potentially stop stuff like that. Way later down the lines, he's playing more for himself because he's so farmed at the moment, but could see some funny stuff. Ice is looking for something.
Oh, he's going to go for it. He's going to be able to get the catch onto BZM. BKB is back up and ready, so BZM will be able to walk this one off. Maybe OG can do something now with the lasso being popped by Ice. They're going to smoke up. They want to try and get a jump. I mean, no lasso. It's one less factor that's maybe going to put an issue to the black holes that Tiger's going to look for. I mean, of course, Tiger, he's still not quite got the BKB. He's about half the gold away towards the recipe.
They might not know, though. This might just be a sneak.
But this quick... they scanned it.
They scanned, okay. Are they going to make it in time? Bats TPing over. Nisha Remnant's over.
I mean, they should want to try and stop this. They may not have the lasso, but they've still got a good fight to them, Secret.
Oh, these flame breaks.
Oh, there's the setup. Yapso's in with a follow-up. 2-man stun. Misha's getting low. The healer was keeping him alive a little bit, but it doesn't matter. The damage from Sumail takes down Misha. They'll look to try and chase more up to the high ground. They go. They're on top of Tiger, as Tiger can't do anything at all. 3 dead on OG. A Secret, they'll chase some more. Uragi's going to have to go for the Blade Fury TP out. They've got the physical to kill him. They haven't. He'll live. A Secret, they'll push in to take the fight. And with Roshan as low as it is, they'll be able to finish this off for themselves.
Nice double stun from Yapsor to follow up, and I mean the flame break to push them out of the pit and then force them to kind of like wrap around. Again, clutch from Ice. And this is, I mean, they forced it pre-BKB Enigma, so it was them trying to really sneak it, and the fact that Secret caught a whiff of it made it easy.
I think it came close as well to Tiger using the black hole, but he holds back. He knows that at this stage of the game, with OG falling behind, his black holes are so important that he can't afford to just throw them out. If a team fight's lost, they've just got to accept it, move on, and try and look for the next attempt.
And no BKB BZM. His fight is super difficult when he had to use it earlier to protect himself versus the bat. They just get right on him. Like, Yapsor is being really annoying as this Nyx. Getting on the right targets every time, and Nisha, after just picking up a BKB not too long ago, he also is about to have a full Aghanims. So the slippery Ember Spirit that's getting in the back lines continues to be a problem.
They're all very, very farmed on Secret.
They're starting to really run away with it. Satanic on Gyro. Feels like Sumail's almost unkillable.
Yeah, to the point where you even get this black hole on him. He's going to be healing up. And the odds of you killing him during that black hole are pretty low. Especially twice, whilst he has this Aegis.
Yeah, BZM, who's had very good games in the past on the Invoker, he's just getting focused quite a lot from Secret. They keep getting on top of him with the Nyx Assassin. So he's 0-4-4. It's a really good place.
Oh, Misha.
Yapsor, knowing his targets, and Misha. Another one bites the dust. Ice is just killer, yeah. This last pick bat, everything that they've set him up for. And Sumail, another item.
And then he has the Daedalus. Oh, yeah, pretty much moments after he finished that Satanic. This has been going pretty smoothly so far for Secret. OG not quite able to shake them off their game so far here in this first match of the series. There's the BKB. So Tiger.
It really feels like it's all eyes on him.
It feels like one of those games where if Tiger doesn't manage to get the black hole, we may just see it being GG'd.
Yeah, absolutely. But so many targets to go for, and he has to go through an Aegis.
Oh,
and have to go through
he's just going to go in.
And
he's going to go in for Amar. I mean, Amar just straight up dead. That's Amar gone. He's out for 70, and he does not have the money for buyback. So a full minute he's going to be off for. So Secret, they'll have the chance to probably get a second tier 2 at least out of this. Maybe even more. They've still got 2 minutes to push with the Aegis on Sumail.
And even addressing the side lanes too. Like mid lane's pushed, Nisha bots bottom while setting up a Fire Remnant up top. So the map for OG just continues to shrink, and Secret, as you said, it's just really starting to run away with it. Now picking up a Mindbreaker also on the Gyrocopter, really annoying to play against. That quick hit that comes out from your flak, the first hit silences, of course. And what comes with when you have map control, rune control as a DD spawns top. So once they spot that one for Sumail, likely to pick it up. And OG's trapped in the base.
really the damage that, physical damage that Nisha and Samael do. If one of those doesn't get caught by the black hole, just sort of the ease of throwing out, with the flat cannon hits, the sleight of fist, Tiger's going to get cut down pretty quickly.
Even if like BKB black hole onto the gyro, these little hits, and then an Ember slight comes out too, he might just die.
He's going to die to a couple of crits. Yeah, it's not easy. It's getting very, very difficult here for OG.
And it gets even more difficult for the Invoker. Sure, he's got BKB, but we see that one of those new talents that's, since we don't see Nyx too much, he has the 0.5x mana burn intelligence multiplier, 5.5 per mana burn. So, I mean, like, even one of those onto an Invoker, one of the highest gain heroes in the game, it will be brutal.
On the plus side for OG, that Aegis is about to leave the hands of Samael, and they're going to try and go for the move with that timing in mind.
See what they can find. They know they're on the high. I think they saw that the Ember Remnant fly overhead, so I think they know that the Secret's positioning on their triangle. But yeah, so much pressure on Taiga.
Dire are scanning.
And what has Jiragi gone for? I saw he had this, I think he had like an optimistic Scotty queued up because he is playing versus like this Iroh and Gyro dual core, but he switched it up. I think they're starting to feel like we're probably going to have to fight sooner than he's going to be able to get that item picked up. So picks up a shard, going to go for a basher on the Jug next, just to get as much damage and much value as possible in the next few moments.
With the Aegis leaving the hands of Samael, they will hold back.
Oh, he did do the basher on the gyro. Okay, so he's getting items so fast, and now another element that makes Taiga's life miserable.
It is.
Those
It's
little flak hits. It's going to BKB. Doesn't matter. You can just get bashed through it.
I mean, if Tiger is able to do something, it's going to be insane. But the odds of it happening are getting slimmer and slimmer.
Secret all smoked up.
It does feel that OG may just be one rough team fight away from a loss here.
There's
the jump, Yapsel! He's able to get the stun straight around to the two of them. There's the bash damage. Tiger's not able to get anything off. Triple kill for Samael. As immediately OG just get completely destroyed.
Wow.
Ultra kill for Samael.
GG,
and that is indeed it. GG is called. Secret will take this game one. A very well-played game from Secret.
Yep.
They did it safe, they played it smart, and OG just ran out of